How do you pronounce this? Is it Charlemagne? Charlemagne. Am I right? French, I guess. Hello and welcome, I'm Steven from X-Kurogane Blog and Photography. Today's topic is that we'll be taking a look at a prize figure that is released today or this year in 2020 and to compare it with the scale figurines, which are normally expensive stuff that were released about a decade ago or older than that, right? So what made me come up with this idea was that I came across this figurine right here on Mandarake, Charlemagne from Sega prize figure from Fate Grand Order, Fate Extella Link, I think. So yeah, this is just Fate series, alright? And it was going for only 1,000 yen. So I picked up one of these. Usually I do not buy figurines of male characters, though I do give the Fate series an exception for it. And this was really cheap anyway, though shipping did cost me another 1,000 yen or so. Once I unboxed this figurine of Charlemagne really surprised me with the quality and the paint job, the finish, everything, given the price. So it came to my mind, how would this stand up and stand against a scale figurine that were made maybe 10 years ago or older than that? Fortunately, I do have quite a number of old figurines. As for how long I've been collecting anime figurines, it is actually more than a decade. I started in around year 2009 or 2010, around that period. So I do have quite a number of old figurines, and two of them are on my desk right now. First, we'll compare it to this figurine by Good Smile Company. This is Black Rock Shooter Black Blade version, which was released back in August year 2010. So this figurine right here is released exactly a decade later. Sometime this year, I think, just a few months back. So it's exactly 10 years apart. But I guess that this comparison is a bit too tall of an order for this figure to stand up to. The thing with this Black Rock Shooter figure is that it is the cream of the crop, the very best the figure industry had to offer way back. This is a light version or a budget version of the Black Rock Shooter original version, or the canon version as we call it, which goes for around $98 back then. While this budget Black Blade version retails for around $75 back then. I do own both. The canon version is right there on my desk, but I'm just too lazy to move away all the boxes just to access that figurine, which is stacked at the bottom. So I'll just make use of this. They're basically the same thing except for the accessories that come with it. So yeah, this is the very best back then. So naturally, a prize figure made today would not even stand up to it. This Black Rock Shooter figure has amazing sculpt. If you look at the curves of her body, I will just throw in a light source from an angle from two different sides, and you take a look at the curves of her body. It is just amazing. This figurine would just fit in just fine with any figurine you bought this year in 2020, and that is exactly how good it is. But if we just put this Black Rock Shooter figurine aside and compare it with another scale figure from more than 10 years ago. So this is Suzumiya Haruhi, which was released way back in year 2008. Well, yes, should be around May 2008 by Konami. This is one of the oldest figures I have at the moment. And wait, let me have a look. Where did I put her box just now? Where is her box? Oh, right behind me. Okay, so this is her box. And behind here, it is written here. The retail price, the suggested retail price is 5,800 yen. Let's just assume that it is about 55 US dollars. So this is a scale figurine from 12 years ago, and it came with a bunch of accessories that you would not even see in scale figures today. A school desk and a computer set. Right? There are more cables behind, but I just left it in the box, right? It's not the point of this video at the moment. So, yeah, this figurine is by Konami, and if I'm not mistaken, Konami has connections with Kadokawa. Alright, so with these two figurines side by side, we need to remember this is a claw machine toy, right? Price figures originated from claw machines where you just put in your coin and depending on your skill and luck whether you can grab a figurine or not for a very low price. So this is a claw machine price figurine. This is an actual scale figurine that costs a certain amount of money that is higher way back, 12 years way back. And I'm going to pan through and have a close-up look of these two figurines, and you would be very surprised on how far we have come when it comes to anime figurines. This price figure of Charlevania hands down beats the quality and the paintwork of this scale figure by Konami from 12 years ago. So if I were to turn around this figure, this Haruhi figure onto her back, and you would look at the waist right here, her waist and back right here, there is a very deep or very obvious seam line which would be completely unacceptable by today's standards. Hell would actually break loose if Good Smile Company or Alter release a figure that looks like this with a giant seam line on the back. So yes, what you're looking here made by Konami would only equal to a price figure by today's standards. It is that bad back then, yet we went for it to purchase it. Price figurines, they are more of luck, right? Sometimes it can be dependent on luck. Not every single unit in the market are going to be the same. Sometimes two boxes on the shelf, one will be good, one will have paint problems. So it is like gacha, it's a luck. You just hope that you get a good copy. Examples of bad copies are like this figurine right here. This is Banpresto EXQ, Anna or Medusa from Fate Grand Order as well. There is some major paint issues on her torso right here. Yeah, you would see it very clearly in the zoom in video. So this is one example. Another example would be right here. This one came out back in year 2018, I think, about 2 years back. This Frankenstein figurine, Fate Apocrypha by Taito. The sculpt is not bad, acceptable, but the gold paint used by Taito, somehow they don't last well, right? They will just seep out and stain the other parts of the figurine, and it is specific to only gold paint in Taito figurines. I'm not sure why this is the case, but this is actually a widely reported issue. If you are looking into starting collecting figurines, maybe you are watching this video but you haven't been buying figurines before because you are turned away by their very high prices nowadays. You can always start with price figurines like this. I'm sure many have done so. And I'm very sure that you won't regret it because this stuff costs like $15 to somewhere $25 each. Even though the number of characters are pretty limited because these price figure companies, they only make popular characters and they go with the current trend. Sword Art Online, ReZero, Fate series, this kind of stuff. The number of characters are limited. Love Life. But it covers the needs of many people who are indeed a fan of this stuff, these big titles nowadays. So there are a lot of choices in the market. And unfortunately, with the quality issues I gave examples earlier, yeah, that is dependent on luck. But given the price point, the extremely price point, I guess it is completely acceptable. And that's about it for the topic I'm going to discuss with you guys today. It's a short one. I actually have a couple of photography projects on the way. They're supposed to be almost ready, but yeah, what I've learned today, what I'm discuss with you guys today is just filler material while I prepare for my actual photography projects to share with you guys. Because I'm actually purchasing a new camera to help with my video work as well as a number of accessories. So when the time comes, I will share with you guys my new photography works. Thank you for watching and bye bye.